Okay, so apparently I am live now. So Facebook is preparing an audience for me, they say. We'll see. I'm just telling a few people here that we're starting now. They weren't allowing me to connect, which is strange, you know. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to do this tonight because I'm not sure how long the connection's going to last. And I have to go pick my daughter up too. So I'm not sure how long I will be here. And it's saying my connection is weak, which is very bizarre to me. I have no idea why that's happening. So anyway, so far we got one person. I said earlier that if we get 10 people, which it's 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, which is traditionally a very popular time for Facebook audiences. But you know, as far as the other time zones, maybe not so much. But until we have until we have 10 people, I'm not going to do the giveaway. I'll figure out another way to do it, and maybe I'll do another live video at a different time. But I want to see, you know, I'd love to get some people in here so we can do this sort of thing. Right now I'm not seeing any comments. I'm not going to do Q&A without comments. It's kind of weird for me to ask my own questions and answer my own questions. So we'll see how that works out. So if you're in the room, I got 6 people, 7 people. If you're in the room, let me see. Just comment. Tell me something. I don't care. Tell me where you're at. Tell me what you're doing. All that sort of stuff. You know, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here on my computer watching folks roll in. Let me check and see what time I have to go and make a pickup here. Well, hey there, Angela Kennedy Alcorn. Y'all might know Angie. She runs the social media marketing for the Tiny House Jamboree, which is coming up in like 2 weeks. So we're happy to have her here. And Debbie Adams from Texas. How you doing, Debbie? Yeah, I tried really quick to think of something to say about Texas, and I couldn't do it. Sorry. So, and I did want to go with everything's bigger in Texas. Everyone says that, so I decided not to. Lisa, hello from Oceanside, California. It's what is it, 4:15ish p.m. where you're at? Let me know. And Christy Elliott from New Hampshire. Hey, I've been to New Hampshire before. So you know. Let's see. Who else we got? Bobby. Bobby's here. Hey, hello, Bobby. Y'all, if y'all don't know Bobby Alcorn, he and Angie are married, and they run Tiny House America. And Bobby is a web guru. He's a developer, and he's helping me out with some couple of projects. So if you need some help, you can first try me because I run a business, and if I can't solve it, I'll subcontract him, and you can pay both of us. Debbie says it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. It was 112 degrees today with the humidity here in Eastern Carolina, so no good. No good at all. Monique Rodriguez says, Jamboree last year was huge. Yes, it was huge. It was huge, and you know what? I think it's going to be bigger this year. To be perfectly honest, I think it's going to be bigger this year. Why do I think that? Well, I think that because I'm one of the MCs, which pretty much guarantees the crowds. And because there's a lot of stuff happening, man. Hey, that reminds me, I said I was going to do a giveaway once we got to 10 people. We've gotten 10 people. So, we need to sustain 10 people for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So, I'm going to just tell my wife real quick that I am doing a live Facebook broadcast right now, giving something away. If you come down here, you will be on TV. We're rednecks. We call it TV. Even though it's the internet and it's live and all that, we just call it TV. That's how it works. Let's see. So what we're going to talk about is actually, we're going to talk about planning the tiny house, because I'm pretty passionate about planning a tiny house. So I'm just going to reach over here and grab something. I don't know how many of y'all have seen this, but this is the holy grail of Tiny Revolution. Look at that. This is the original inspiration notebook that we had when we built our tiny house. You can see on the front a little collage of pictures, and then on the inside, this is incredible. This is what's on the inside. Everything we ever collected on tiny houses, everything right down to, let me find something interesting here inside of here. Oh, here you go. This is interesting. I want to know, I'd like to know in the comments, y'all, please, let me know in the comments, how many of y'all in your inspiration notebook, if you have one or something like that, have a pocket like this in there? If you can see what that is, these are all receipts. Receipts from our purchases. Everything from nails to screws to lumber to you name it. We have the receipts for. Yeah, I know the words are backwards. I can't make anything. I don't know how to fix that. Bobby suggests that I write a book backwards. Don't tempt me. I'll do it. I'll do it. If the people will come, I'll do it. All right, so the inspiration notebook. So I want to talk a little bit about that. How many of you, show me in the comments, how many of you have something like an inspiration notebook or have something that you keep all of your stuff in? I'll look at the comments. I'll watch them roll in so I can see. Oh, y'all want to see something neat that I just found in here? Show me with your thumbs up. How many of y'all have purchased the rollout bed plans from Tiny Revolution? You'll like this then. Look at this. Yeah, I know it's backwards. Don't tell me. Here's the original sketches. These are the original sketches that I did of the rollout bed. Call me when I'm trying to do a video. Alright, so those are the original sketches, believe it or not. So I have all sorts of stuff like that in the inspiration notebook. So Christy Elliott says I have several Pinterest boards about tiny houses. That's a great way to do it. And you know, in 2009, when we were starting off with building our tiny house, we didn't have Pinterest to do. So, you know, we had to do something different. We did something a little more manual. So what we did was we purchased a 3-inch binder, and we just got some page protectors and stuff. And that way, everything we did, some dividers, everything we did, we could keep track of. So inside of it, we broke it into sections. Let's see. So we started out with the marketing section, because y'all know that I was real heavy into marketing. Our tiny house when we started out, some contracts, that sort of stuff. Check this out. You'll appreciate this. For all of you who have been following Tiny Revolution for a while, this is the first draft I ever did of the tiny house. It looked nothing like that when we finally built it, but there it is. That's what it looked like. All right. So let's see. Angie's asking a whole bunch of questions. You guys, Angie and Bobby, y'all got to stop asking questions. Other people need to talk. All right, so we did that, and then we got into some early SketchUp renderings, which are right there. You can see SketchUp's hard, y'all. If you have a problem with SketchUp, like if you've been on SketchUp and you just don't get it, I'm right there with you. I don't get it either, because I would draw a wall, and then when I would go to make, you know, when I would go to add some dimension to the wall or something, I would realize that the wall was not attached to, like, the trailer in any way. It was like this floating wall out there. It was awful. All right, so continuing on, we have our budget section, receipt section, and then one of the sections that I think is probably one of the most important is the products we like. Y'all, I can't tell you enough how important it is to keep track of those things, the products that you've liked. Because what happens is during the course of your build, you come across these things, even for living in the tiny house, that you go, you know, I want to have that one day, or I think that'd be perfect here or perfect there. And And in the course of everything, you end up forgetting what it was, you originally saw. So either take a picture of it with your phone when you're at the store, or go home and maybe, look it up on the internet and print a page out or something, but make a section for that. We also have a section for paint samples because, on our interior walls and even on our exterior, for those of you that remember the house, our exterior is like a Key West yellow. So we kept a lot of paint samples to see kind of emotionally how we felt about the paints. I know you're laughing about emotionally, but there are psychological things to paint, so we kept track of that. And then I've also got at the end just a section on inspiration. That's a great thing for Pinterest now. And when I plan on writing a second version to my Your Information Here marketing book, and I'm going to write a little bit about that. And I may even do an ebook just on what's available to you now. So anyway, the planning stage is highly important. And Debbie, it says you tried it and you gave up. What do you mean you gave up? Or what did you try? Did you try to do it digitally, or did you try to do, something manual like this? What was it you tried? I'd like to know. In the meantime, I know I've got to go in just a few minutes. I don't want to make this too long, but I've got to go in a few minutes. So the Jamboree is coming up real soon. Let me see by some thumbs up, please. How many of you are going to the Jamboree? Throw those thumbs up so I can see them fly across. Doo-be-doo-be-doo. Anyone? Is anyone going to the Jamboree? Anyone besides Bobby and Angie? Anyone? Debbie, you going? Monique, are you going? Who's going? Who's going? I'm a little sad that not more of you are going. Okay, well, anyway, in the spirit of y'all not going to the Tiny House Jamboree, which is August 5th, 6th, and 7th in Colorado Springs, Colorado, whatever. If you're not going, I want to give away something to you because I think it's important that you have. This is a poster, a promotional poster from the first Tiny House Jamboree. Here it is right here, tinyhousejamboree.com. And it's got some signatures on it. It's signed by MJ Boyle of My Empty Nest. It's signed by me. It's signed by Kai Roschek of Tiny House Dating. Signed by Alec Lasevsky of the Tiny Project. Signed by Jay Schaefer. Signed by Vera Struck. Quite a few people that were there. And so I want to give this away right now. So I need to think of some way to give this away. All right, if someone can name, let's see. If someone can tell me, the first person to tell me the name of the builder on the most popular tiny house show on television, who was also a speaker at last year's Jamboree and will be a speaker at this year's Jamboree, you will win this poster. This one right here. So go ahead. Let me see your answers. Come on, do them fast. Do them fast. Who is the builder? I'm waiting. Waiting for your answers. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. All right, I don't see any answers. Really? Are you that slow at Googling, people? Whew, I guess I'm going to keep my poster again today. That's all right. I'm going to count down from 5, and if I don't have any answers, I'm going to keep the poster until the next live Facebook, and I'll try and give it away again. Here we go. How did you miss the question, Angie? The question was, I'm going to ask it again. What is the name of the builder on the most popular tiny house show on television? He was a speaker last year at the Jamboree and will be a speaker at this year's Jamboree as well. Here we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boom boom boom. And still no one answered the question. I give up. I give up. Derek Diedrichson is not the right answer. Sorry. I regret to inform you, while he is a talented builder and he was a speaker last year and will be a speaker this year, he is not the correct answer. Angie says, Zach Giffen, that is the correct answer, but Angie, you don't need another poster, so you're not getting it. Sorry. Sorry about your luck there. All right, guys, I tried to give you something, but what I gave you instead was a pretty small but good lesson on planning the tiny house. I'm going to be talking more about that on the blog, www.tinyrevolution.us, in the next 2 weeks, because I think it's very important. And as we approach the Tiny House Jamboree and a couple other things coming up, and a lot of people starting their build, it's important to be thinking about planning and how to keep things organized. There's a lot of digital ways that you can do it now, as opposed to just the manual way that I've done before, so I'll be outlining those as well. I want to thank you all for coming. You've been here for about 15 minutes. I think that's a pretty good live chat. Just so you know, next time you join us, I don't like to do a structured chat. You know, it just doesn't seem like my style, so... But before I go, I'm going to make time for 2 questions. So give me 2 questions. 2 questions from the audience. I'll give you the answer. Here we go. Here they go. Here we go. Y'all remember that song? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? You see, Bo knows this. What? Bo knows that. What? But Bo don't know jack, because Bo can't rap. So what do you know? The batteries are included and no strings attached. No questions. All right, well, hey. As my daddy used to say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I've given you the chance to ask questions, but I can't make you ask them, so we're going to call it a night. If you do have any questions, though, feel free to email me at andodom@gmail.com or go to the contact form on our website, www.tinyrevolution.us. I thank you all for joining me tonight. Sorry I couldn't give that prize away. And, oh, here we go, 2 questions real quick. One of them says, when did you and Crystal build your tiny house? We started in early 2010. Planning began in late 2009. We actually started building in early 2010. And then let's see the next question. This is our last question. Do you recommend building tiny houses with off-grid capability? It's a personal, it really is a kind of a personal choice. I did not build one off-grid because I knew that I was going to be on-grid and did not know enough about off-grid at the time to feel comfortable with that choice. I also didn't have the money at the time to make the move to off-grid. We were a tiny house family, so we had a bit more to think about in terms of building a tiny house and what we needed to build in it. So we weren't able to spend those extra funds on going off-grid at the time. So it really is a personal choice, Debbie, and that's a great question, but it's one that I think every person who builds has to decide for themselves based on their lifestyle and their needs. All right, so I'm being told on Facebook there's a bit of a lag in my connection, so I'm going to work on that and try and get a better connection next time. Thank you for joining me, though. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed your time here. And again, we'll see you on the website, www.tinyrevolution.us. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at andodom@gmail.com. Once this goes live, please remember to like it on the Facebook page, comment if you want, share it with your friends, let them know what we're all about. You can also watch our videos on our YouTube channel. But otherwise, Have a wonderful Sunday night. Great start to the week. And we'll see you all next time. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.